6:45. This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. Here is a news edited by Danishka Medawala and read by J. Yogaraj. First, the headlines. Another 2 million doses of a Sinopharm vaccine is set to reach Sri Lanka today. Sri Lanka records the most number of corona-related deaths as another 214 COVID-19 related fatalities have been confirmed yesterday. 4,561 coronavirus cases have been detected in Sri Lanka yesterday. All dedicated economic centers will be open again today and tomorrow for wholesale trading. Qatar extended its willingness to further invest Sri Lanka. Migrant workers who registered under Bureau will be given a vaccine accepted in the destination country. News overseas, US spy agencies publish inconclusive report over COVID origin. And those are the headlines. Another 2 million doses of Sinopharm vaccine is set to reach Sri Lanka today. The Chinese embassy in Sri Lanka said accordingly, the number of Sinopharm vaccine doses received by Sri Lanka will increase to 18 million, while 7 million doses have been supplied by China in the month of August alone. Meanwhile, 300,000 doses of Sinopharm vaccine donated by the Chinese People's Liberation Army to the Sri Lanka Army are also due to arrive in the island today. As of yesterday, around 4.8 million individuals have been fully vaccinated with the Sinopharm jabs in Sri Lanka. 4,561 coronavirus cases have been detected in Sri Lanka yesterday, in the country, raising the number of confirmed infections to 416,931. The epidemiology unit of the Ministry of Health says 55,369 persons are currently receiving treatment for coronavirus at several facilities across the country. 2,122 persons who recovered from COVID-19 were discharged from hospitals yesterday, raising the number of recoveries in the country to 353,191. 3,340 suspected COVID-19 cases are also under medical observation at present. Sri Lanka's coronavirus death toll currently stands at 8,371. Another 214 COVID-19 related fatalities have been confirmed in Sri Lanka, the most in a single day, raising the coronavirus death toll in the country to 8,371. The Director General of Health Services in a statement said all 214 deaths occurred on last Thursday. 120 males and 94 females were among the victims. 151 persons among the group that succumbed to the virus were 60 years of age or above. Meanwhile, 58 individuals were between 30 to 59 years of age. This news comes to you from Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. The government has decided to open again all dedicated economic centers today and tomorrow. However, this too will only be available for wholesale trading. The Sri Lanka Bureau of Foreign Employment says migrant workers who register under the Bureau will be given a vaccine accepted in the destination country. According to the Additional General Manager of the Bureau, Mangala Randaniya, a registration fee of 16,416 rupees will be charged from migrant workers. Meanwhile, persons planning to go abroad are now able to obtain a certificate online to prove that they have received the COVID-19 vaccine. The chairman of the National Medicine Drugs Regulatory Authority, Dr. Rasika Vijayawantha, says that 1.1 million documents that were at the automatic data storage facility of the authority have not been damaged. Epic Lanka Technology Institute, which prepared the data, has confirmed that an outsider has not received the data. Dr. Vijayawantha said that the CID and the Computer Unit of Morotai University are conducting a forensic audit into this incident. Minister Bandula Gunawardena has tested positive for COVID-19. In his Facebook page, Mr. Gunawardena said that after several staff members of his staff were tested positive, he was also tested for the virus, and it has been confirmed that he was also positive for the virus. Minister Gunawardena is the 9th MP to test positive for COVID this month. Dr. Sriyani Nanekara of the Health Promotion Bureau says that the pneumonia created by the coronavirus is more dangerous than the pneumonia created by other viruses. She pointed out the virus causes an impact on blood veins. And she pointed out that those who smoke, consume liquor, and suffering from chronic illness have higher levels of respiratory difficulties. And that's local news.
The main news story is brought to you by Siddhalepa Vedamahatmya.
Ambassador of Qatar, Jassim bin Jabir Jassim Al Saro, called on the new Foreign Minister Professor G.L. Pires on Wednesday. Foreign Minister Pires recalled the long-standing friendly relations existing between the state of Qatar and Sri Lanka, which has witnessed high-level state visits from both countries, and emphasized the need for further strengthening bilateral cooperation in economic, trade and tourism sectors. Minister Pires invited Ambassador Saro to explore the investor-friendly environment in Sri Lanka, especially in the port city's special economic zone, international financial center, tourism sector and energy sector. And that came to you in top news.
The main news story was brought to you by Siddhalepa Vedamahatmya.
Moving on to Watchlight, Information and Communication Technology Agency says a smart vaccine certificate has been launched for the benefit of overseas travelers. The application for the smart vaccine certificate can be accessed through the Health Ministry portal. Applicants must provide scanned images of the passport, vaccine card, national identity card, and document to prove the date of overseas travel. ICT emphasized that smart vaccine certificate is being made available only to overseas travelers. And that came to you in Watchlight. And moving on to world news headlines first. U.S. spy agencies publish inconclusive report over COVID origin. U.S. to continue Afghanistan evacuations until last moment. Scientists has found the world's northernmost island. And those are the headlines of the world news. The U.S. intelligence community has been unable to determine the origins of COVID-19 and in split on whether it leaked from a lab or developed in nature, according to a new report. The report issued by the office that oversees the nation's 18 spy agencies did conclusively determine that it was not developed as a biological weapon. Experts warn that time is running out to gather evidence of its beginnings. China's foreign minister has dismissed the report as anti-science. The U.S. says it will keep evacuating Afghans from Kabul airport until the last moment, despite continuing concerns about attacks from Islamic State or IS group. Reports from Kabul now suggest as many as 170 people died in Thursday's attack on crowds at a gate to the airport. The Pentagon says that there are still credible threats against the airport. The U.S. is still processing Afghans desperate to leave. Most NATO countries have now ended their emergency flights. France ended its evacuation effort on Friday, blaming deteriorating security situation in the airport. A group of scientists say that they have discovered by luck what they believe is the world's northernmost island off Greenland's coast. In July, the scientists flew to collect samples to what they thought was an ordinary island that has been known since 1978. But when they checked their position with the Danish official in charge of registering Arctic islands, and they were 800 meters further north. And that's world news.
Development News is brought to you by
Quality matters than price. So as an engineer, I recommend Melva RB500. It's made with virgin billets using the latest technology. Melva RB500, number one in Sri Lanka. Truly Sri Lankan.
Board of Investment says in a statement that Seahorse Private Limited of the Maldives will invest $58 million to set up and operate a state-of-art building or a shipbuilding facility at the Hambantota International Port Group premises. Production is set to commence by early 2022, and the project will generate over 500 direct and indirect employment opportunities. And that was Development News.
Development News was brought to you by
Quality matters than price. So as an engineer, I recommend Melva RB500. It's made with virgin billets using the latest technology. Melva RB500, number one in Sri Lanka. Truly Sri Lankan.
In sports news, Manchester United has confirmed they have reached an agreement to re-sign Cristiano Ronaldo from the team, what they've been playing so far. United have agreed to pay 12.8 million sterling pounds for the 36-year-old player, with the deal subject to personal terms, a visa and a medical certificate. Ronaldo scored 118 goals in 292 games in the first spell of Old Trafford before leaving the Real Madrid in 2009. And that was sports news.
Contributory deposit of 1,000 rupees from NSB when your child enters grade 1. Open a Hapan Children's Service account for your kid today. Higher interest. Conditions apply. Business News. Sponsored by National Savings Bank. The safest place for your money.
Samsung recently launched the Samsung Smart Keyboard Trio 500 in Sri Lanka, able to connect to multiple devices at once and with clever shortcuts. The Samsung Smart Keyboard Trio 500 will help you take your multitasking to the next level and get more done. The Smart Keyboard Trio 500 takes just moments to set up and securely connect to a device. And that was Business News.
Business News. Sponsored by National Savings Bank. The safest place for your money. Contributory deposit of 1,000 rupees from NSB when your child enters grade 1. Open a Hapan Children's Service account for your kid today. Higher interest. Conditions apply.
In economic news, Elephant House, together with Zero Trash, and the collaborative effort of the John Keel's Group Social Entrepreneurship Project, the Plastic Cycle recently opened a Zero Trash Recyclable Plastic Collection Center to further promote recycling and better plastic waste management practices island-wide. Located in Borolescamo, this newly launched recyclable plastic collection center is equipped with dedicated transport and service personnel to collect post-consumption recyclable plastic from collection points. And that was economic news.
Weather report was sponsored by
Dialogue, in partnership with the Ministry of Education, introduces Nanasa, a trilingual educational mobile app with video-based lessons for grade 1 to A levels. Now your child can study with ease on your mobile with no subscription fee.
The Met Department says showers will occur at times in western, Sabaragamu, central and northwestern provinces and in Galle and Mathura districts. Heavy showers above 100 millimeters can be expected at some places in western, Sabaragamu and central provinces and in Galle and Mathura districts. A few showers will occur in Anuradhapura district. Showers or thundershowers may occur at few places in Uva province and in Ampara, Batikalo and Hambantota districts after 2 p.m. today. Fairly strong gusty winds up to 40 to 50 kilometers per hour can be expected in the western slope of Central Hills, northern, north central and northwestern provinces and in Hambantota and Trincomalee districts.
Weather report was sponsored by
Dialogue, in partnership with the Ministry of Education, introduces Nanasa, a trilingual educational mobile app with video-based lessons for grade 1 to A levels. Now your child can study with ease on your mobile with no subscription fee.
Before we wind up this morning news broadcast, let's look at the main points once again. Another 2 million doses of Sinopharm vaccine is set to reach Sri Lanka today. Sri Lanka records the most number of corona-related deaths as another 214 COVID-19 related fatalities have been confirmed yesterday. 4,561 coronavirus cases have been detected in Sri Lanka yesterday. All dedicated economic centers will be open again today and tomorrow. Qatar extended its willingness to further invest in Sri Lanka. Migrant workers who register under the Bureau will be given a vaccine accepted in the destination country. News overseas, US spy agencies published inconclusive report over the COVID origin. And with that, we conclude this morning news broadcast of Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corp.